All right, I want to join Bill for a Halloween party. Oddfellows Medina, their second annual Halloween bash and costume contest is going to happen Saturday, October the 26th. That's at Common Ground in Medina, a couple of weeks away. Casino-style gambling, DJ Paulie Moist is going to be spinning. Disco Inferno is going to play live. And Bill will be your host. VIP tables available. MedinaOddfellows.org to get all the information. This pair of tickets here for you. Call 10. Good luck. 216-578-1007 or 800-348-1007.
They've been described as juvenile, ridiculous, moronic, smug, and unlistenable. They've also gotten some bad reviews.
I give it 2 thumbs in my ears, so I don't have to listen.
It's the Alan Cox Show
on 100.7 WMMS.
There's a ghost under the stairs called Alan, and he's always there. My friends get scared when he's out to play, but he's good fun and he's here to stay. Oh, Alan. Spooky Alan.
You know, it's only the second year that Oddfellows is doing their big Halloween thing, but every year, and this is primarily for our listeners in Chicago, every year, Megan Thee Stallion does a big old party called Hottyween. You ever been invited to Hottyween, Bill?
I don't think that I have.
I have to imagine that my invitation has gotten repeatedly lost in the mail, but every year in a different city, Megan Thee Stallion does her Hottyween party. And she mentioned today on social media that this year it will be in the great city of Chicago, Illinois. That'll be on Halloween. They haven't announced where the venue will be yet. That's never a good sign for something like this. But Megan Thee Stallion's annual Hottyween party, and if you follow her on social media, I'm sure there'll be no shortage of photos documenting the event. If for whatever reason you can't make it, it is for charity. That's for a charity that provides resources for women, children, senior citizens, and underserved communities. So listen, this is why I haven't been able to do Alan Cox Hottyween, because there were so many trademark issues that I had to jump out. Hey, Dick.
Yeah.
What's going on, Dick?
How are you?
Oh, you know.
I was telling your screener about my friend. They put her in the hospital Monday.
Is this your friend, like your girlfriend?
Yeah, my girlfriend. She, her legs have been bad, and she just got real weak, and she's been bad for about 8 or 9 years now. But they want to transfer her to Columbus. But I talked to my cousin. He was relative from malaria. He's going to try to make arrangements down here to get some people to help me. But, you know somebody 40 years, but I'll just have to pray for her, that, like my aunt, she was gone 3 years ago from North Ridgeville, but God's going to be with her. And I talked to my doctors. They want me to continue to play music and go to school and be with my friends. But, I'm doing pretty good, though.
Sorry, babe, doctor's orders.
Well, on the one hand, I'm sorry to hear that, Dick, but on the other hand, you know what this means, Bill, is that Dick is about to be back on the market.
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves.
You've got to plan ahead for these things. You can't plan. That means he's going to have to start hitting the gym.
I did, because I saw her about a month ago, and I told her, and she said she agreed to it, because she was getting weaker. But she's had good care. She's at Miami Valley South, close to 675, but she's doing really well. And I just got one thing to say. The Browns need help, buddy.
Yeah, what a transition. Listen, so this is not, I thought you were living with this woman, Dick.
Yeah, I've lived with, she's been my significant other for almost 42 years.
Yeah, okay. So she's, right.
Living in sin, though.
A long time. You guys have been living together for 42 years?
42 years.
Not married, though.
But not married. Is this a romantic relationship, or this is
no.
a platonic female roommate?
It's been always romantic when I first met her.
Always
you know what I mean?
romantic.
It's been a good relationship.
Yep. And so now, dare I say, things are not going well for her.
Well, she's they can't do a lot down for her. She would be about an hour and a half away. They want her to go through rehab. She's not in any danger, but they just want to take care of her. You know what I mean? So my cousin's going to come down, I think, and he told me not to worry. And I just got to go out with, I just got to keep going. I talked to the doctor today, and I was a little nervous, but I'm going to be okay, though.
Well, listen, that's good. We don't know your lady friend, so I guess we only we think of whether or not you're going to be okay, Dick. So it's
I'll be fine.
Yeah. What does she think about the current state of the Cleveland Browns?
She does. My friend from her daughter came down for. She doesn't like it either. She thinks they need a new coach, and they don't like. She doesn't like the quarterback. What do you think?
Listen, I'll take her word for it. I mean, I'll defer to her judgment, right?
Believe women.
Well, I appreciate,
you've got to
appreciate you guys, your concern. I'll keep in touch, okay?
Okay, please do, Dick. Thank you.
God bless you.
Dick.
Licky, boom, boom, down. Licky, boom, boom, down.
That guy, you can get whiplash at his transition,
Yeah.
boy. I mean, wow.
I know he's like, all right, I'm going to call talking about
But I'll come.
my
How about that?
42 years with this woman. But really what I want to get to is, boy, the Browns really need a lot of help.
Well, he initially
They're
referred
both
to her.
on hospice.
He initially referred to her as his friend.
Yeah.
So that's why we
A
were
lot of
confused.
mixed messages.
We assumed that this was a paramour of his, and it turns out that sounds like what it is. But boy, 42 years, quote unquote, living in sin, like you said. Those two, wow. And now things not going well for her. Now here's the thing: when Dick is invariably in that position, we won't know.
No.
We'll never know when
No,
something
we won't.
happens
That
to
actually
Dick,
is
right?
That's sad, yeah.
We won't know when something happens. It's not like we've got this contact chain of people, the people who regularly call to this show, who find themselves getting on in years. We won't, everybody remembers the whole Rick saga, where I was planning on stalking funerals, trying to figure out.
You did go to one.
I went to one.
You went to one.
And it wasn't him. But he passed, and we had to do some detective work to figure out what the hell was going on.
You say either, I say,
Hey, yo.
you say neither, and I say either, and either.
Tell me here about
Let's call the whole thing off. Yes, you like potato, and I like,
wow.
you like tomato, and I like
What's wrong with the Cavaliers?
potato,
Yeah, right.
tomato. Whole thing off.
Rick, the best.
The best.
Our buddy Frederick Clayton.
Mm-hmm.
He will have been dead 3 years in February, and occasionally we would still hear from him in the afterlife. Ran that backwards, and he said good night. That was the last time that we heard from him. It's funny. None of us on this program, I should say none of us, Bill and I, don't believe in any afterlife claptrap.
The regs.
But a lot of people do, and I thought it was funny. Al Pacino was in the news for a couple of things. He's got this crazy young baby mama, this 30-year-old woman, had him leave it in, and he's got a kid with her. And she has been seen gallivanting with Bill Maher. Not a young guy, right? Anyway.
Do you go way back with him?
Bill Maher?
Yeah.
And Al Pacino also was in the news because he said he almost died during COVID. That he had been he nearly died in 2020 in that first rush of COVID. I mean, he is an 80-year-old man, and he's got a memoir coming out. And I guess within that is him talking about COVID, that he was severely dehydrated and they couldn't find his pulse. And he came out of that, obviously. He's still alive. But I enjoyed the headlines I was reading. One of them was, Al Pacino confirms there's no afterlife. Because he said, there's nothing. When you die, there's nothing. I didn't see a light. Again, it's his experience. There are just as many people who have a similar experience, and they say, I saw a light. And that has, there are people who would say that they confirm that there is an afterlife. I like to imagine a world where people don't believe all this religious hooey. The mere notion of an afterlife is because people are terrified of death, right? We're the only animals that know we're going to die. And so that's what it comes from. Now, conversely, this time of year, Halloween, it would be a lot less fun for people if ghosts weren't a thing. They're kind of part and parcel of spooky season. You know, the entire Discovery Channel would cease operations if people didn't believe in ghosts. But the headline I enjoyed was, Al Pacino confirms there's no afterlife.
No, I mean,
we've been waiting for him to tell us.
Just do your acting. Don't tell us that there's no afterlife.
He finally told us. And so thanks for that. I've got money here for you. It is $1,000. Once an hour, you get a keyword, courtesy of the Buzzard Bookie, and it's a shot for you to put $1,000 in your pocket, so good luck.
This is your chance to bet with the Buzzard Bookie and win $1,000 now. Enter this nationwide keyword at WMMS.com. Bank. That's bank. Enter it now at WMMS.com.
I'm just a gigolo, and everywhere I go, people know the part I'm playing. Pay for every dance, selling each romance. Ooh, what they say. But there will come a day when youth will pass away. What will they say about me when the end comes? I know there's but just a gigolo's. Life goes on.
This is a young man by the name of David Lee Roth, one of the all-time greats. You were never going to find. I know people love to go on and on and on in the conversations about the greatest frontmen of all time. At the very top of that list is usually Robert Plant, the golden god, right, from Led Zeppelin. And taking nothing away from him, it's possibly a generational thing. Shades of difference with generations. But for me, David Lee Roth will be the greatest frontman of all time. Not just because, as a young lad, for me, the sun rose and set with Van Halen. And so David Lee Roth, I mean, for that time, late 70s, early 80s, to look like that guy did and to sound like that guy did, you're not going to top David Lee Roth. I mean, imagine being him at that time. You know, like when they'll show footage of people in blizzards and snowstorms where they'll open their front door and it's snow from top to bottom. Imagine opening your dressing room door and instead of snow from top to bottom, it's butts and boobs. That was David Lee Roth's life. He had to dig out of butts and boobs every night. Well, he is 70 years old today. And of course, couldn't look more different than he did. Back in the day, shaved his head a long time ago, and he's, guy can still kind of sing. He did get himself in shape. Went to Japan some years ago. He got himself the tuxedo tattoo. So he's covered now, right? And he had his dalliances with show tunes and whatever. But I always remember David Lee Roth's birthday because it's also my brother's birthday today, my middle brother's birthday. He and David Lee Roth on October 10th. Now, my brother, obviously, not 70. But David Lee Roth, great. He's the GOAT. I don't care what anybody says. The GOAT. Oh, he'll tell you. DLR. Come on, baby.
got no.
70 years old for David Lee Roth.
This is Pants' go-to song at karaoke.
Oh, yeah?
And he crushes it.
Okay. Well, it's like a good
It's-
old-timey kind
It's a
of,
good jaunty song.
It's jaunty. A traveling song.
And it fits him, too.
He is just a gigolo.
He is just a gigolo,
He's a
yeah.
gigolo, boy. Unbuttoned to the navel. You got to love that flex. All right, you want to do Whoopsie's picks? Are we ready for those?
Always. You got
Okay.
him, right?
Football all the way, football all the way. Yeah, I wouldn't say football all the way, football all the way, football all the way. Yeah, I wouldn't say football all the way.
All right, so Bill's dog Whoopsie, week to week, she picks 5 games for the upcoming week. She's in costume again this week, I see.
Yeah, and we added. I had the hat last week. I didn't know what it was when I got it. I thought it was like a, I don't know. My girlfriend bought the costume.
You thought it was pants?
I thought it was
You
pants.
put it
or
on her
something. I was
hindquarters?
trying to figure out. I'm like, I don't know where this goes.
Yeah.
She's like, "Where's the hat?" I'm like, "Oh, that's a hat." So this week, she got the hat, and boy, did she hate that hat.
Oh, yeah, my dog, anytime I
Yeah.
put any kind of costume on her, she just stands there. Like,
Yeah.
she doesn't want to move. She doesn't know what's going on.
Like, as you can see, like, just from her posture at the beginning of the video, she's like, "What are you doing to me?" She's like, "I don't like this." But then she gets treats, so she's like, "I'll deal with it because I like the treats."
And she might come to associate the costume with the treats.
Right.
You're training her in another way.
Mm-hmm.
All right, here are her week 6
The
picks.
hat this week, which she does not like that hat. She does not like the hat. But she went 4-1. Just missed on the Jets, which well, we got the Niners, Seahawks. Week 6. Let's go.
That's tonight.
Come on.
Tonight is the Niners Seahawks.
Yeah.
Okay. For people not watching, Bill has the miniature football helmets with a treat in front of each. Whichever one she eats first, that is her pick for the win.
And she's got the home
Seahawks.
team. The Jaguars versus the Bears. Okay, pick. Make your pick. Come on.
Oh,
Go away on that one.
you
Yeah, she picked against your
motherless
Bears.
whore.
Yeah.
Jacksonville
Come
over
on.
the Bears. Here's
America's Game of the Week. Cowboys, Lions. Let's go. Go. Go.
She likes to
Right,
pick
the
so
home
then
Cowboys.
teams.
Yeah, I
she
guess
goes
so.
home teams.
Bengals, Giants.
Bengals, Giants. Okay, go. Giants.
She likes the
Browns,
Giants.
Eagles. Okay. And the
Oh,
Browns.
God, goes for the
You
Eagles.
got your week 6 picks. This was so much harder just by adding that hat. It made her so not happy, but we got through it.
There you go. There are your week 6 picks.
Oh,
She goes for the Eagles
Yeah.
over the Browns. This coming Sunday, I'll be in Lakewood. We're doing the Cox Out pregame. And we do those when the Browns are on the road. So I'll be back at the Lakewood Truck Park. You want to come out? Try to get to Vegas, courtesy of Bud Light. We'll do that. We'll test your arm. We'll be there from noon to 2 on Sunday.
so she's
So bet accordingly on Whoopsie's picks.
right. 4-1 last week. That I think she was 10-10 going into last week. So that puts her at 14-11,
Yep.
which is pretty good.
That is pretty good.
Pretty good
For a dog, yeah.
for a dog.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Hey, Lewis.
Yes, how are you?
What's going on, Lewis?
What's going on, man?
Lewis, what can I do for you?
Hey, the greatest frontman of all time, Jerry Garcia, Grateful Dead.
We'll agree to disagree on that one. I'm not a Dead
Okay,
fan in
then
general.
that's
I don't. I'm talking about showmanship. Jerry Garcia stood there.
Well, yeah, exactly. I know. That's what they do.
But you like what you like.
No, I get it.
Yeah.
It's not for me, but I understand a lot of people love the Grateful Dead. I've never heard anyone refer to Jerry Garcia as the greatest frontman of all time.
In my book, he is. So
Now,
you know.
now for you, your criteria are what? How did he get number one with you?
Just the way he plays guitar, man.
Way he plays guitar.
And that's it.
Okay.
Yes.
There are a lot of guys that
Yes,
play
sir.
guitar, and a lot of them play a hell of a lot better than Jerry Garcia. So it has to be
Well,
more than that for you.
Let's beg to differ.
You think not only is Jerry Garcia the greatest frontman of all time, he's the best guitarist of all time.
I'd put him behind Dick from Dayton. No, I can't.
Well,
do that. That's me.
there's a lot of other guitarists, but that's all I listen to. And
It's
stuff,
too bad
so.
Phil Hanley isn't in here for this
I know,
conversation.
right?
A huge
Pumped.
Dead fan. So,
Right,
so
yeah,
Lewis,
exactly.
you're like a lifelong Dead fan, yeah?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And what brought you to them?
Yep.
Just growing up and liked them, or what?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then I will mark you
Well,
down
good,
for
man.
Jerry Garcia, Lewis.
Okay, my man. Thanks
All
a
right.
lot, buddy.
Thank you. Oh, there's Lewis. Jerry Garcia. All right, listen, I've never heard that before. I'll give him that. Usually people are talking about, like I said, Robert Plant, David Lee Roth.
Usually it's someone that's just singing.
Weird
When
Al
you think of
Yankovic,
a front man, not usually somebody that's also playing guitar, because you can be a little more all over the stage when you are not just standing in front of a microphone playing your guitar.
Hey,
Scott Weiland, I always heard in his prime, was incredible.
He was great. Scott Weiland was all over the place, man, running around and Hello, Dave.
Hey, man. This is David Lee Roth, man. Hey, everybody knows I was the greatest. The greatest.
Yeah.
The greatest.
Uh-huh.
Front man of ever.
Oh, Dave, happy birthday, Dave.
Hey, thanks a lot, Alan. Hey, man. I just wanted to make a little comment here. Diddy, Diddy is now got denied bail again, man.
What?
This is what you're worried about on your birthday?
Yes. David Lee Roth, he's a man of the world. I mean, he's well-traveled and he's in showbiz, so that's probably why he's got Diddy on the brain. Do you have any inside information, Diamond Dave?
Hey, man, he got denied bail again, and, he's got roaches and rats up there to keep him company.
Rats and roaches.
Hey,
right.
Alan, check this out, man. You and Pound Cake should go visit Diddy, and y'all can make a Cox out peanut butter and pound cake sandwich.
It sounds like Brother ADX back in there somewhere. Okay.
Hey, man, I remember we were recording Van Halen too, man, and we were recording in the studio, and we were recording Dance the Night Away, and man, we were banging so much tail up in there, man.
Hey, listen, thank you. Diamond David Lee Roth, live there from L.A., where I don't think he lives. But listen, you can't keep up with everything, and that's okay. Thank you, Dave. And happy 70th, by the way. I'm late. I've got to take a break here. Hey, I will have passes for you on the way back for something called One Dark Night